Michael Montero here with Sebastian Fundora, the Towering Inferno, 19-0-1, 13 knockouts, and current mandatory challenger for the undisputed junior middleweight champion of the world, Jermell Charlo. But before you can get in there in the ring and face him, you've got another assignment. Carlos Ocampo, October 8th in Carson, California. First of all, let's talk about your fight before that against Erickson Lubin. It was a Fight of the Year candidate back in April. It was a brutal fight. It was a fantastic fight, a lot of great two-way action. Did you have any injuries coming out of that fight?
No, I didn't have any injuries. Actually, after that, 2 weeks later, we went back into camp.
Wow. Because Erickson Lubin had so many injuries. I mean, so many facial injuries. So you walked out of that, no scratches, no bumps, nothing, huh?
Nothing. Nah.
Wow.
Major.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Carlos Ocampo, so he had one major step up when he fought Errol Spence a few years back, and he was KO'd in one round. Do you feel any pressure to put on a super dominant performance like that, or are you just taking this fight, completely different?
Well, I would imagine that he learned from that. He's on an 11th win streak, and I expect the best Carlos Ocampo when he comes into this fight. So we're just gonna work on what we work. I'm not Spence. I'm Sebastian Fundora, so I'm gonna do what Sebastian Fundora does best.
Yeah, you talked about learning lessons. What lessons did you take from that fight with Erickson Lubin?
Not really lessons. I think I showed everybody that I'm a champ. I'm gonna become a champion in this weight class. I just proved to my fans and to people that just started watching me that I will be something to watch in the 154 division.
So you're speaking about the weight class 154. You're obviously really, really tall for the weight class, right? I know everybody has to remind you every 5 minutes of your height. Do you have any issues at all making weight? Is it getting harder, or is it just as easy now as it always has been?
Just as easy as it always been. I've been walking at this weight my whole professional career, and when my body says it's time to move up, I'll definitely move up. But right now, again, we're still comfortable at it.
Got you. And would you say the fight with Lubin was your toughest fight to date, or was it maybe Sergio Garcia? Which one was your toughest fight?
I felt like all of these, past 6 fights, or actually all these fights I've been fighting with PBC, they've been tough fights. Sergio Garcia, an undefeated fighter, I think 33-0. Lubin just with 1 loss. Ori Kota, he only had 3 or 4 losses out of his 30 fights, 40 fights. This guy right here only has 1 loss. All these fights are tough. All these fights are equally as tough. It just depends how I train and work hard. So we just want to, again, display a good show for everybody on October 8th and hope they enjoy.
Yeah, you mentioned all these fights are tough, right? I mean, on paper, obviously you're the big favorite against Ocampo, right? And I was going to ask, how do you stay focused going from that big fight with Lubin and now to a fight that's seen as like a stay busy fight, of course, with the big fight with Charlo looming? How do you stay focused and not get caught maybe slipping against an opponent he's coming 100% for you, right? This is his opportunity. You have to know that. But how do you train and focus just like you did for Lubin, just like you would for Charlo?
I don't see this fight any different. Fans might look at it different as a tune-up fight. This is still an elite super welterweight fighter. He's ranked one of the top 10 fighters in the division. So, it's I can't overlook him. I can't overlook him at all. He's a ranked fighter, and just like the last fight or the fight before that, he's a strong opponent as well. And we're just gonna do the job like we always do.
If you had it your way, if you come out with the victory against Ocampo next month, no injuries, when would you like to fight again? And do you want the next fight to be that Charlo fight?
Of course, I'm the WBC mandatory, so I want next, of course. But if not, we'll fight another person. We'll fight another undisputed fighter. We'll stay busy. If he's doing whatever he's doing, we'll just wait our turn. But we'll continue busy because that's the best way. That's the best thing to do in boxing. Continue fighting.
Yeah, and I mentioned that because, of course, you know, they've talked about the fact that Charlo's probably going to fight Tim Tszyu, I think, in January. So how do you see that fight playing out? And is there one or the other that you would prefer to fight yourself?
Honestly, I couldn't care. I would like to fight both of them. Of course, they're both in my division. They're both top fighters in my division. I'd love to fight both of them. But they're going to handle their business. I'm not going to be anywhere near that. So we'll see what happens with them. And then hopefully we have next.
So you can't give me any prediction, though. You don't see, is it 50-50 to you, or is there one you favor?
50, yeah, 50-50. I have a 50-50.
Okay. And if they do end up fighting earlier in the year, you still plan to stay busy, right? You want to be back in the ring around the same time, do you think?
You have to be busy, you know. But like you said, with this title shot closing in, you know, I have to stay busy. And again, it's the best thing to do for me. I wait.
Is there anybody in particular that you'd like to call out, that you'd like to fight, that would maybe help you prepare for a Charlo or a Tszyu that you see?
That's not my style. I don't do anything like that. So we're just wherever we're throwing that, we'll take, and so we get that title fight.
Got you. And for as far as Ocampo goes, October 8th, what could fans expect from you in that fight?
An exciting fight. I think we always bring an exciting fight to the fans, for the fans on TV and the fans that are going to go live. And again, just expect an exciting fight, and expect my sister. My sister's also fighting on the card, so that's a good thing as well. Me and my sister go both fighting in that day, so just expect a great card.
What's that like? I have to ask. I mean, with your sister fighting, and she's going to fight before you, are you going to try to watch the fight from backstage, or do you just kind of try to tune that out? You're confident she's going to do her thing, and you just focus on your fight?
It's kind of both. Of course, I'm going to watch the fight. I want to see how this fight plays out for her. She's an exciting fighter, so
yeah,
watching her fight will get me psyched up for my fight as well. But I'm also going to be focused as well. So.
And you guys are training together, obviously, right?
Yes, of course.
Have you guys? I have to ask, if you guys ever had any like crazy sparring, or where you're really super competitive in the gym together?
Yeah. Nothing crazy sparring. Of course, she's just a way smaller girl than me.
Right.
But yeah, competitive. Yeah, she trains right next to me. She's always there next to me doing all the workouts I do. So it's a good competitive.
You know, so I just have to think of this too. You know, female boxing is blowing up. There's so many great female fighters right now. We were supposed to get a big doubleheader a couple weeks back between Shields and Marshall. How do you see that fight playing out? And then Mayer and Bumgarner. How do you see those two fights playing out?
Honestly, I have the Marshall and Shields. I have that as a 50-50 too. That's a solid fight right there. Of course, Shields is a talented fighter, but I think Marshall also is a talented fighter. So, and then the same thing with
Mayer, Bumgarner.
And Mayer. Both talented fighters as well. They're both champions. So we'll see how that goes. You know, champion versus champion usually is a good fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one when it comes off next month, right after about a week or so after your show. So, okay, one last question, and then I'll let you go. And I really appreciate you taking some time out. I see you driving there. I know you're crazy busy in camp for preparations. Canelo Golovkin, the third fight happening tomorrow. How do you see that playing out?
I want G to win. That's just
wow.
I always go for G. I think the last two fights he won also, but we'll see how this one plays out. It's 168 now. Maybe that little extra weight will help him, but I always go with G. he's a good friend of ours, so that's what I'm going for.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. And best of luck in your fight next month. And hopefully we can talk again after that. All right. Best of luck in camp and in your fight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.